Imagine a time when Europe wasn't a continent of bustling cities and serene landscapes, but a vast, treacherous ocean teeming with monsters. These weren't creatures of myth. They were real, terrifying predators that ruled the prehistoric seas. Today we're diving deep into the past to uncover Europe's forgotten sea monsters, the prehistoric giants that once made these waters their hunting grounds. So, strap in, because we're about to meet the real-life leviathans. Our journey begins in the Jurassic period, about 150 million years ago, in what is now the United Kingdom. The shallow seas covering the land were home to one of the most iconic marine reptiles, the ichthyosaur. Often mistaken for a swimming dinosaur, the ichthyosaur was its own unique kind of beast. Picture a creature with the streamlined body of a dolphin, the jaws of a crocodile packed with conical teeth, and enormous eyes, some of the largest of any animal ever. These massive eyes suggest they were expert hunters in the deep, dark waters, capable of spotting prey like fish and squid in near-total blackness. Fossils found in places like Dorset's Jurassic Coast show us they came in all sizes, from just a few feet long to giants like Temnodontosaurus, which could reach over 30 feet. They were the speed demons of their time, perfectly adapted to a life of aquatic pursuit. But the ichthyosaurs weren't alone. Lurking in the same waters was another, even more formidable predator, the plesiosaur. And when I say plesiosaur, I'm talking about the group that includes the legendary Plesiosaurus. Forget the gentle, long-necked image you might have. Pliosaurs were the apex predators, the T-Rexes of the ocean. Imagine a creature with a body like a whale, 4 powerful flippers that acted like underwater wings, and a head the size of a small car. One of the most famous examples, nicknamed the Weymouth Bay pliosaur, discovered in Dorset, had a skull over 7 feet long. Its jaw was armed with railroad spike-sized teeth and delivered a bite force estimated to be 4 times more powerful than a Tyrannosaurus rex. It could have bitten a modern car in half. These titans feasted on anything they could catch, including ichthyosaurs and even other smaller plesiosaurs. They were the undisputed kings of the Jurassic seas. Now let's fast forward to the Cretaceous period. The waters covering Europe were still a dangerous place. Enter the mosasaurs. If you've seen Jurassic World, you know these guys. But the reality is even more terrifying. Mosasaurs weren't dinosaurs. They were giant marine lizards closely related to modern monitor lizards and snakes, and they were everywhere. Fossils have been found from the Netherlands to Sweden. The most famous, Mosasaurus hoffmannii, could grow up to 50 feet long, making it one of the largest marine predators of all time. They had a second set of teeth on the roof of their mouth called pterygoid teeth, which helped them grip struggling prey and pull it down their throat whole. With their powerful snake-like bodies and paddle-like limbs, they were ambush predators, launching devastating attacks from below on fish, turtles, and even other marine reptiles. The Cretaceous seas of Europe were their personal buffet. Let's swim over to the waters of what is now Germany. Here, in the famous Solnhofen limestone deposits, we find a different kind of sea monster, one built for stealth and speed. Metriorhynchus. This was a prehistoric crocodile, but not like any you'd see today. Metriorhynchus had completely adapted to a marine lifestyle. It lost the bony armor of its land-dwelling cousins, developing smooth skin for hydrodynamic efficiency. Its legs transformed into flippers, and most strikingly, it had a shark-like tail fin for powerful propulsion. It was an oceanic crocodile, a sleek and agile hunter, reaching up to 10 feet long. It likely patrolled the shallow lagoons and archipelagos of Cretaceous Europe, ambushing fish and other small marine life. It represents a fascinating evolutionary experiment, a crocodile that left the land behind to conquer the open ocean. But what about the truly giant filter feeders? Not every massive creature was a hunter. Meet Leeds-ichthys, the gentle giant of the Jurassic Ocean. Its fossilized remains, found primarily in England, paint a picture of a fish of unbelievable proportions. While a complete skeleton has never been found, scientists estimate Leadsichthys could have reached lengths of up to 50 feet or more, making it one of the largest fish to have ever lived. But this colossus wasn't a predator. Like today's whale sharks, Leadsichthys was a filter feeder. It would swim slowly through the water with its cavernous mouth wide open, using its complex gill rakers to sieve huge quantities of plankton from the water. Imagine the sight of this bus-sized fish gliding peacefully through the Jurassic seas, a moving mountain of life. Yet, even this giant wasn't entirely safe. Fossil evidence, including bite marks on its bones, shows that it was often on the menu for predators like the mighty Pliosaurus. In the prehistoric ocean, even the giants had to watch their backs. As we move closer to the present, into the Eocene epoch around 50 million years ago, a new type of monster appeared, the ancestor of modern whales, and it was a killer. Meet Basilosaurus. Despite its name, which means king lizard, it was no reptile. It was an early whale, but one that looked more like a sea serpent. Basilosaurus had a remarkably long, slender body stretching up to 60 feet. Unlike modern whales, it still had visible, though tiny, hind legs, a clear remnant of its land-dwelling ancestors. Its head was wolf-like, full of differentiated teeth, sharp incisors for grabbing and shearing molars for crushing. Found in places like the Valley of the Whales in Egypt, which was then part of the Tethys Sea connected to Europe, Basilosaurus was an active predator, hunting large fish and even other early whales. It was a transitional terror, a bridge between the ancient marine reptiles and the intelligent marine mammals we know today. So why are these incredible creatures forgotten? For centuries, their bones were misinterpreted as the remains of dragons, giants, or mythical sea serpents. It wasn't until the dawn of paleontology in the 19th century that scientists like Mary Anning, an English fossil collector, began to piece together the truth. Her discoveries on the Dorset coast were revolutionary, revealing this lost world ruled by reptilian titans. Every fossil unearthed in the cliffs of England, the quarries of Germany, or the fields of the Netherlands is a page from this lost chapter of Earth's history. These bones tell epic tales of survival, of titanic battles, and of an ocean more wild and dangerous than we can possibly imagine. They remind us that the ground beneath our feet was once the floor of a deep, dark abyss, home to Europe's very own sea monsters. The next time you stand on a European coastline, looking out at the calm sea, remember what lies beneath, not just in the depths, but in the rocks themselves. You're standing on an ancient battlefield, a prehistoric hunting ground. The stories of the ichthyosaurs, pliosaurs, and mosasaurs are written in stone, waiting for us to read them. These magnificent, terrifying creatures may be gone, but they are certainly not forgotten. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you were fascinated by these prehistoric giants, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more dives into the lost worlds of our planet. Let us know in the comments which of these forgotten sea monsters you found the most terrifying. Until next time, keep exploring,